Okay, so both your parents were educators. They obviously educators. They probably, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they probably instilled in you that education was super important
Indeed.
for your life, your future, even your kids' future, etc.
Indeed.
Okay, then. And so going into the education, and you went to TNEC high school.
Yeah.
So what happened after high school? Did you continue that path of going down the education path, or?
Yes and no. But I decided that I thought I wanted to be in the military when I was young.
Okay.
So I basically spent high school trying to get into the Air Force Academy.
Really?
Yeah. I was nominated. I was not appointed, but I did get a congressional nomination. And I applied. You apply, at least at the time, I don't know what it is today, but at the time you apply in your junior year.
Okay.
Took my physical, sent the applications in, moved on and all of that. And I wanted to have calculus my senior year of high school, and I wasn't on the path to do that.
Okay.
Because I knew when I got in, because I was determined to get in, I knew that when I got in my fourth class year, my first year of college, that I would have calculus again. I wanted to be able to perform well. So my guidance counselor, long story short, found a program with not an accelerated, but at least it was not a remedial math program, something that I could use to build on what I had and get me ready for calculus, which I took my senior year at Morehouse College in Atlanta. Had no intention of going to an HBCU.
Okay.
Was not concerned about Morehouse College at all. Never thought about it.
Okay.
It was not something that my parents even ever talked to me about.
Right.
My father never wore anything that said, the name of his college, except for when he was painting. So it wasn't like it was something that was important in my upbringing. They said you can go anywhere you want to go.
Yeah.
And Air Force sounds great. We don't have to pay for it. That's wonderful.
Right.
So
question. Why Air Force out of all the other ones?
I wanted to be in the military. I wanted to fly. I thought that
Okay.
I perhaps might want to be an astronaut.
Cool.
So it makes sense that I'm a real estate broker, pastor, and professor. But what happened was, second grade, I was drawing pictures of airplanes, right? My second grade teacher decided, oh, you like flight, aviation, space technology, all that other stuff. She used to give me the big Ebonies. I don't know if you're old enough to remember. Ebony used to be huge.
Okay. Back in the day? Yeah, yeah.
Back in the day. And Jet Magazine articles, because her cousin was Ronald McNair. And Ronald McNair was going through astronaut training.
That's from my alma mater, A&T.
A&T,
yes,
that's
sir.
Right. Dr. Ronald McNair. And
Yes.
And he was, I was like, wow, this is wonderful. So, I was one of those kids. I was the space nerd. I knew every I could tell you all of the numbers, from Mercury to Gemini to Apollo to the shuttle missions. I was the one who always watched the shuttle missions before, at night or before school. I remember, waking up early to make sure that I could see them and all that other jazz. So that's what I was trying to do.
Okay, awesome.
And I went to Morehouse and I said, maybe I'll do ROTC. I don't want to go to the Air Force Academy. I want to come here.
Oh, wow.
Because here it was an institution where, and the program had high school students there. I was a senior, rising senior in high school. There were boys and girls in the program. And I was there all summer. They said you'd get $500. You take some other courses, dissecting cats and doing all sorts.
So what program was this again? I know you said
it. Health Careers. It was FEMAP McBay program at Morehouse through their Health Careers program.
Okay.
Or Health Careers office at Morehouse. And at Morehouse has a history of producing doctors and dentists. I think at one point, there 20 to 25% of the black doctors and dentists in the country went to Morehouse College. And, we're at the time we were the biggest we had ever been at 2,500 students.
Wow.
So there was a heavy tradition of sending black men to medical school, and so I had no interest though. I knew I didn't want to be a doctor, but I wanted that $500. I wanted to take calculus my senior year. Who doesn't want to go away for the summer?
Right.
I was in the program for 6 weeks. I got to leave high school early to go.
Wow.
So I was like, this is the thing. And then at the time, A Different World was on television. School Days had just come out.
True.
HBCUs were as cool as they'd ever been.
Yes.
It was cultural, right? So I said, okay, this is it. And I felt like I was the man when I came back with my Morehouse bicycle cap you know, and all my little paraphernalia with no credit hours. Actually, I had 3 credit hours at that point. So, but the program director said, if you've gotten in here, you will be accepted to the college. I applied early decision, and I got in, even though I'd already applied to Air Force. In my mind, I told Air Force it's over.
Okay.
Before I had my nomination, when I came back from Morehouse, I knew I was going to Morehouse College.
Okay. So even though you didn't think about HBCUs or even Morehouse, and then you actually went there based on that program that was brought to you through your counselor, right? And then you go to Morehouse for that summer, and you come back and you're like, this is it.
This is it.
This is it.
I was committed.
Okay.
I was committed. And you know what's funny is my parents, through the church that they attended, or we all attended when I was a kid, Calvary Baptist Church in Patterson. Benjamin Elijah Mays, who was the president of Morehouse College from 1940 to 1967, he was Martin Luther King's president.
Okay.
He came to visit. He wrote a book, his memoir, Born to Rebel. Excellent book if you can find it. Wonderful story.
What's the book called again?
Born to Rebel.
Born to Rebel. Okay.
Mays is a hero of the civil rights movement.
Okay.
But not often talked about. There were so many heroes, men and women, whose names we might really ever know. But if you do a little digging, you can find out about the men, and you can find out about some of the women without whose creativity and hard work and excellence and determination, we might not be sitting where we are today. And Mays is one of those figures.
Okay.
So he wrote the book, and he signed it, and my parents had it inscribed to me and my brother. And having never uttered the word Morehouse College in our in our lives to my own remembrance, both of us graduated from Morehouse College.
Wow.
But since I was the first, and since I'm the oldest, I got the book.
Hey, that's how it goes, man.
I've taken the privilege.
That's how it goes. No, that's awesome, man.